And we're live. What's up, Viking? What's up, Andrew? What's up, Michael? Anybody want to jump in? I sent a whole bunch of invites direct, but what the hell? I mean, what the hell? Let's just get people in here, hang out, have some fun, that kind of stuff. And I don't think I have my, what am I doing? Control extrude. I really wish these would stay down. I hate that you can't just. I don't think it's extruding. Where is it? Oh, it is. I see it wiggling. I sees it wiggling. And it's still extruding. So, we're going to print a grumpy dude. Again, because when Webster exported it, he didn't export it with the beard. So, we need one with the beard. Because we need a grumpy to have his beard. Needs to have his beard. Do I even have a profile for this? Yeah, current printer. Max, yep. Add. Grumpy final. Downloads. Grumpy final. And to make it even worse, I'm going to do it in TPU. And look, he's got his beard. And he's tasting his brush. Ooh, this thing's going to take supports. I forgot about that. Supports don't like to come off of, even with yeah, it doesn't need all those. TPU supports don't like to come off. Even using this. Add. Put one under the tongue right there. And on the paintbrush right there. And right there. And on the hand. And on that paintbrush. The grumpy dude's chewing on. What's up, Sergio? And then one or two on the arm here because it's going to need them. Right around there. Right around here. Right around here. Right around here. Might as well do it right up the arm, huh? Get it good, or is it off center? That looks alright. I'm going to try and do, it wants to do them here, but I don't know if it really needs it. I think we can bridge that even with TPU. I think we can float print the ears. Must. What's up, Vince? Jump on in here if you want. Put it up there again, even though I just did it a second ago. Anybody wants in? Base PLA will work fine, even though I'm using TPU. It all works pretty much the same. Manual supports, yes, I'm going to add my supports. I know that's going to be an issue with the TPU. And do I have my supports in concentric on this one? Gonna walk the dog. Walk the dog. 2 hours and 46 minutes. That does not look like I have concentric supports. Start slicing. Edit. Supports. Oh. Rectilinear, concentric. Much better support structure. Much better support structure. Grumpy dude likes to lick his paintbrushes. That's so funny. That thing would be awesome, I think, in resin. Just got a resin printer that wants to print Grumpy Dude. It looks a little better. I don't know if that tongue's gonna work. Yeah. Only one way to find out, right? Wish that message would go away. And print. And upload. And Grumpy Dude final G code. And go for it. And open slow background computations. I don't never understood what that's all supposed to be about, but let's hit print and go for it. Just go for it, man. Just go for it. I may actually buy the pro license. I'm beginning to like Repetier more and more and more and more and more and more and more. I have not. This is actually the first print since the update. This is 0.94. I used to use 0.93 XXXXX, whatever it was. This is a fairly newer version. So I don't know if it's any good or not. We will find out. What's up, Viking? Hop your ass in here, Viking. Come on. We need a Viking. We need a Viking. Because, you know, Vikings are cool, man. Cool. Vikings are cool. So what's everyone doing this Saturday morning? I don't know how long I can stream because my brother's on the way over. I don't know how long when he's going to do a few things on the way and hit Lowe's and do a few other things. I don't know what the hell he's doing. But I'm guessing he'll hit here about noon. It's 10, a little after. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I should turn the Wise Cam on so I can view the printer printing. The only thing they don't have is the desktop, and I don't know. I guess you can do the RSPI or whatever and hook up to it and broadcast it and view it on your desktop, but that's way too complicated for me. Look, it's printing. What is it? I haven't used this for a while. Can't really see. Seems to be. A little tight for the bed. I haven't leveled anything in a while. Yeah. The max bike on it, it'll just print. That thing's like a workhorse. It just always prints. Even when it's screwed up, it still prints. It's a good printer. I keep wanting to get rid of it, and then I keep going, why? It just prints. Oh, the other thing I want to do is the fan shroud for it. Get rid of that. Quit. Don't bother saving. What else? What else? Oh, Fusion. Let's get rid of mail. Quit. There'll be mail opening up for no reason in the middle of everything. Let's do some fusionating. Some minorating, fusionating. I have lips like the. It really doesn't. Blah 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 blah. Okay, stream over. No. Boy. Another happy day in paradise. Come on, Fusion. You can do it. Extra slow while I'm streaming. extra slow. Oh, it's my break. Up a layer. Something's kind of bubbled up, but I don't care. It's just a grumpy dude. The room. All right, there's Fusion. We got some fusionating. That's in the Core XY that I want to convert. I think it's in this plus mods, yes. And what I want is this here puppy, because that seems to work a whole lot better than the one I got. And where is that puppy? And what's this error? One of these days I'll where is that? Where did I make that? Right there. One little minor adjustment I want to make on it, which is I've never tried this. Can you just go right to it? Isolate. What does that do? Nothing. And it does nothing. One of these days I'll organize this one. Normally I organize these things, but I haven't organized this one in a while. Somewhere right around here. Okay. Somewhere around here. Barbecue time. Gotta walk the dog. He's doing some barbecuing. Come on. Eventually you'll get there. There it is. And that's what I want to edit is right here then. Edit sketch. Which way did I go with it? Is this out or is that out? I don't know. Let's do this again. Let's go just a 16th of an inch, or not even. Let's go, 0.5 of a millimeter. That'll bring it in a millimeter. So let's do 0.25 of a millimeter. Now tighten it up. 0.25, because that'll actually be 0.5 of a millimeter. And then finish sketch, and then edit this here thing, and tell it to add that. Okay. It makes it just a little bit tighter. And the fan should snap in there a little better. If you look, I've got it set up so you don't actually have to bolt it. This is actually glued on, and the fan just drops into it. And if you make it a TPU, it's a sound isolator, and it's working really well on this printer. So instead of just putting a pad, I have a little sliver of TPU between the fan and the box, which helps. But I have a feeling this thing will be even better because I don't need to put a bolt or a screw through it. Even though I have the holes there, I can if I so desire. But I have found the fan just snaps in there and it's fine. And it holds it pretty good. But it's a little loose on that one. So I just made it a little tighter. And fan pad, let's export STL. And that was originally the reason why I was putting TPU in there, but I wanted to print a TPU grumpy dude. And save. Hopefully now the fan will snap right into it. And it should work on all my boxes, even though some of them are a little different. Now go away, Fusion. So what's everybody else doing on this here Saturday morning? It's Saturday. It's kind of nice out. Oh, it's cool and dryish. Well, actually, it's not cool anymore. It's it's almost 80 degrees out, but it's only 64% humidity, which is dropping. Fusion quit unexpectedly. I don't. Okay. Why does it keep doing that? Fusion's been acting really weird lately. Last update kind of screwed it up, I think. So she's printing away with TPU right now. Cool. The little printer printing a little mini grumpy. A little mini grumpy, a little mini grumpy. I'm kind of getting hungry now. I don't normally eat in the morning, so I usually don't eat until lunchtime. I'm usually doing stuff. Today I'm not going to do anything because my knees are killing me and I don't feel like putting my freaking leg braces on. Pain in the butt, and they're hot and they're sweaty and it's nice and cool and just don't want to deal with it. As you can see, it's all swollen. And they hurt. Wah. Wah. Alright, I'm done whining about it. There's something else I wanted to do today. I can't remember what the hell it was. Well, you know what I did see? I'm going to try this. There's a guy who makes like, he makes tools out of like plywood and stuff, like, construction tools, shop tools. And he made this like vice grips out of plywood scraps, basically. And I mean, they're big. But I kind of want to try printing them. I know they're not going to be like super strong or anything, but I think you can make a halfway decent clamp slash vice grip kind of clampy thing out of printing for light clamping. Granted, it's not going to be, holding a bolt and turning it on my, two-stroke engine on my weed whacker. No. But for like doing little crap around the room, playing with the 3D printers, I bet I can make a pretty decent one that will clamp pretty decent. I'm thinking I got to steal his design and then mod it a little bit for 3D printing. What do you think? I think that might be fun. I wonder if somebody's already got a 3D printing vice grips. Let's look. Let us do a search. Share. Vice grip STL. One word. Yay. I'm sure somebody's got something, but It's me, and I just can't not do my own. Look, a little kitty cat spinner. Isn't that cute? Why am I getting spinners for? This is why everyone's like, "Oh, you use Yegi." It just. What does spinners got to do with a vice grip? And why did it go to PCB base? I don't want a cap. I don't want anything. I just want vice grip. I really don't see anything. I don't see none. Nada. Zero. Zilch. None. Let's go directly to Thingiverse. I hate Thingiverse. Well, I'm not even using it anymore. I'm using like Colts. There's this thing keep popping up. I hate that. You can't search anything on Thingiverse. Watch. It'd be just like Yegi and give me a bunch of crap that has nothing to do with vice grips. Oh look, they actually have like feet and stuff, but I don't see any actual vice grips. A bunch of these things. We all seen these. Try a single word. No search results. So no. Everyone keeps saying there's loads of them, but I don't see none. There's vice grip add-ons and little, pads and that kind of thing. But I don't see any actual vice grips. There's vices, but no locking pliers. Let's try locking pliers. See if that changes it. One eye. I hear somebody go tink. It's a Tanner. What's up, Tanner?
What's going on?
Let's go.
How are you this morning?
Oh, check this out. A penny launching frickin' crossbow. I like that. I want a penny launching crossbow. I'm going to have to.
That looks like something you should make.
I definitely need that. Thing files. Download all. I'm downloading files in 1, 2, 3. Just download them. You don't have to wait. You don't have to frickin'. Why did Thingiverse make everything worse?
You have to wait so that they can display the ad, which they failed to even display their ad.
Why do we show ads on Thingiverse? Because you are a blank gray company. Thing 20. Let's try that. It says it's downloading. I hope it stays downloading because I really don't care. Thingiverse is.
Yeah, and I've noticed once on Thingiverse, once you do that pop up with the ad, you can't get rid of it. You have to reload the page.
That's just a vice. That's not a vice script. It's just vices. They're not vice scripts. There aren't any vice scripts that I see. Why do we show ads on Thingiverse? You're not. You're showing a gray blank screen.
Right. Your ads are broken like your site is most of the time.
Yeah. That's why I've been using Colts or My Mini Factory or one of those. I'm kind of leaning more and more towards Colts.
So I've got a crazy idea. I don't think it's going to work.
What is it?
I'm about 90% certain it's not going to work, but I think I'm going to do it anyway.
Well, that sounds like my kind of freaking thinking. It won't work, but I'm going to do it anyways.
Yeah, I'm 90% certain that this is going to be a total fail.
Cool. We like that.
But why not?
Little chance of success. Most likely going to die. Is that a rubber band powered helicopter plane thing? Glider?
Going to be.
you can make it so you're gonna shoot like with a rubber band and it'll float around.
What I'm going to try to do, and this is why I'm almost certain it's going to fail. Did you ever get those little balsa wood planes when you were a kid?
Yep.
With the rubber band propeller?
Yep.
That's what I'm going to try to do.
Won't work because the plastic's too heavy.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
I already tried it. I couldn't figure out how to do it.
You?
Like, yeah. You know who else did it? Mind the Matt did it. I think tried it, and he actually got it to sort of work. It's just you can't get enough oomph behind it to carry the plastic.
Well, so I'm trying to make it as thin as I possibly can, and still have
the problem with it making it as thin as possibly can is it becomes too weak, and the first time you launch it and it hits the ground, it just pulls apart. Now, and why is your mannequin missing a leg?
Because those are just mirrored parts, so there's no reason to have both of them.
I noticed that when we did the submarines, your little mannequin was one-legged. I was going to say, hey, that's tripod freaking driving.
Yeah, there's no reason to have the other side when it's just mirrored.
I see that now, that you got the arm and the leg. I get it now. It's just when the first time I saw it, I was like, why is there a leg missing?
And it's easier to when I'm posing to build out an interior when I'm only having to pose one side.
You can make that a glider though, like a rubber band powered, when you let go and it, slingshot style.
Yeah,
those you can 3D print, but the propeller powered, from what I understand, I'm no aerospace engineer or anything, but
just not enough.
You can't get a prop that's big enough that's powered by the rubber band to carry the weight of the plastic. I'm sure there's a way to do it. You know what you could do? I'm trying to think of how you would mount it, because that Tom Stanton kid from England, that's like he is an aerospace engineer. That's what he went to school for.
Yeah.
He does all those, airplanes and rockets and air-powered rockets and all that. I'm almost thinking you could do a zip spinner. You know what I'm talking about? The old helicopters that you go zip and you pull it and it spins the prop really fast. You could almost engineer that into a nose prop instead of a straight up prop. So you'd have a handle.
The other thought was
off.
I could just use this as a template, and then and I know these work because I've seen stuff on the internet about it. Use it as a template, and then just use that to trace out and cut
cardboard,
foam board.
Yeah, or cardboard. You could use art cardboard. I've seen a lot of basically fancy paper airplanes out of the art style cardboard. Thin sheet cardboard.
And then all I would be 3D printing is the accessories that attach to it.
Yeah. Because you could do the base wing out of cardboard and then do the uprights out of 3D printing, and then do the the mounts for the rubber band and stuff out of 3D printing.
Yeah. And
then just use the cardboard as the main wing. Or, the art foam, like you were saying, either one.
Because, the foam board, you can get that at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
Big sheets of it.
Yep.
And so then if you crash it and it breaks, you just trace another one, cut another one out.
Didn't I send you a link? Andrew, get your ass in here.
G.I. Joe had a glider back in the day. Let's see here. Stop that screen. Let me find it. The Falcon glider is what they called it.
G.I. Joe. America's hero.
And I never had one because, well, they didn't survive time. That's why people are getting like $500 for ones that are still fully intact.
Yeah, because kids would throw them and expect them to fly, and they just shatter when they hit the ground.
And so now collectors that want, complete collections are spending a fortune for them.
Yeah, I never got that, but sure.
And they were made of, when I looked at the picture, they were made of foam. Looks like they were made of just foam. It didn't even look like there was like any real covering on the foam. Like they just applied a stamp of some kind of foam. Let's see.
It does fly with 200 turns. What flies? What are you talking about? Did you make a rubber band powered 3D printed airplane? I've seen a bunch of people try, and it just was too much weight to get going.
Let me try that over there. Share screen.
I love watching Tom Stanton stuff, man. That kid is just, I shouldn't call him a kid, he's like 35. But he is wicked. Yeah, it's just a foam board glider, right?
Yeah, it's just a foam board with a little plastic clip at the front that the figure
They probably get hundreds of dollars for this thing now.
Yes. There's
You look like a foam board with a print on it.
When I did my search came up with an eBay listing. It was $550 for.
Oh my God! People are just so insane. Why would you pay that for something? Oh, it's original GI Joe. Who gives a crap?
And I think back when they came out, they were like $3.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Where's the?
Air-powered engine, yes. I love his air-powered engine. That was cool as crap.
Oh, it looks like someone's got something on Thingiverse already for it.
Check it out. Click on it.
Let's see. Oh, but these are tiny. They're holding them in the hand. It's like
that's the model for the models.
Yeah. It's got little people on it.
Fan movement over there. I love that Max Micro. Man, them fans are loud, and I got quiet fans on it. Everyone's like, 24 volts is awesome. You know what sucks about 24 volts? All the fans are loud. Period. I've yet to find an actually quiet 24 volt fan.
Oh, this is the guy that I'm been working on remixing one of his designs. The one I'm remixing is right. There's the one I'm remixing right there.
Cool.
And I chose to remix this one because it's not an actual vehicle, so it's not stepping on any Hasbro intellectual property rights.
My brother's bringing his nutcase girlfriend with him today. Yeah.
But a lot of this stuff that he's got is literally a direct copy of the real thing, so that would be
copyright infringement.
Like that's not a real vehicle, so that would be.
That thing spits out TPU so fast. I love that little Max Micron. I keep thinking I want to get rid of it. And then I keep going, no, it prints too good.
Anyway,
Not perfect by any matters of means, but it does print pretty well. It pushes TPU better. I still think it's better than the Humera for TPU. The old MK8s are wicked awesome if set up correctly.
well, that's the trick right there.
Yeah, well, it's really not that hard. You just print your own extruder freaking valve and you're done. Don't buy one of them stupid cheap aluminum ones with the 4-inch gap between the extruder gears and the entrance. My band powered engine. Is that like rock band or country band? He's a country band kind of stuff. So if it's a band powered engine, it's got to be a country band powered engine.
Rubber bands.
I know. I was just being the usual dick I'm really good at being. Oh, crap. My eyes are so bugging out.
I wonder if there'd be some way to incorporate gearing into it.
Probably. Can't see why not.
So then when you wind it up, put like a 3-to-1 ratio on it so that for every turn of the gear that the rubber band is turning, it turns the propeller 3 times.
Yeah, the problem is you'd have to do some kind of worm gear or something. Otherwise, you're going to have this big round disc in the nose of it that's like an aerodynamic nightmare.
Right.
Big flat thing. So you could do it with worm gears, though. And you can actually 3D print worm gears pretty nicely. From what I understand. Right. I've never actually done it, but I've seen other videos and stuff where they're doing them. They seem to work pretty well.
Well, and Blender has a feature on it that all I have to do is go in and add it, and it can create gears and worm gears.
Yeah. There you go.
Like I'm not having to model it. I would just literally be telling it its dimensions.
Fusion has that too for threads and gears and all kinds of crap. A lot of the apps do that now.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I hear lots and lots of sirens.
Oh, no.
My wife's off getting a mani-pedi this morning.
Good for her.
Yeah. I may actually try to go get a haircut this weekend.
Why? Get a freaking Floby, dude. Yeah, but you're a country singer.
Why?
You're supposed to have that half hippie look. Country singers of today are just hippies of freaking the 70s. Nah. Do you like wear a cowboy hat and everything when you're on stage? I never noticed that.
I haven't worn a cowboy hat in 10 years.
And what?
I haven't worn a cowboy hat in 10 years.
Why not?
Because I got tired of it defining me.
Yeah, but...
And by that I meant I could be carrying in the frickin' PA and people that were already there would be walking up to me and go, "Where's your hat? Where's your hat?"
No,
it's not showtime yet, and it gets in the way when you're trying to carry stuff.
Yeah, they do get in the way. That's why I like the booty hats I wear, because they don't get in the way.
Yeah, like the big brim of it hits stuff when you pick stuff up.
Yeah. I never got why cowboys wear them, because they got in the way. They're obnoxious.
They're to keep the sun off of you.
Yeah, but they make everything else twice as hard.
Right. They were originally, designed for guys that were riding on the back of a horse all day long, driving cattle across the land to keep their neck and face from getting roasted.
Yep. They just make you sweat.
And then along the line, somewhere along the line, they became a fashion thing for country folk rather than functional.
Freaking bridging with TPU. That thing bridges with TPU.
That, and every time I wore my cowboy hat, somebody said, "Anybody ever tell you look like Brad Paisley?"
Could be worse.
I stopped wearing the cowboy hat. I didn't get that anymore.
You could look more like Gollum. You know, that's when you got problems. That's when you could have some serious issues. And crap. We got to do our submodeling finish thing.
We do?
Yeah. Kind of want to finish mine. Or we could just finish them and be done with it. Say screw the whole stream thing. It's kind of fun doing that, though.
I do say that trying to do it on stream like simultaneously, there is a little bit of added pressure to the design stuff.
Yeah, but that adds some of the fun. I thought we'd do it again and do like a four-legged mech, you know, like a spider mech kind of thing. With the pilot in the middle and the four arms, and they walk.
And so, do we want actual articulation?
Oh, frick yeah!
Okay. I can tell you from experience of working on stuff with articulation, it's not easy.
No, I know. Really not in Fusion.
It's not easy. And you're not going to get it on the first try. I guarantee it.
Actually, I could probably get it pretty close. I got all that kind of figured out, especially with Fusion. Because I was still, you know, that's what I got to do. I got to finish the, I started doing the can walker. Remember the garbage can walker from 2-3 years? I started making the actual legs instead of just being a single print. A bunch of prints you could snap together so you could pose the leg in different positions.
Yeah.
You know, make all the pistons actually, I mean, they don't work, but they'll slide in and out of each other so you can change the position and glue it all together in a different setting.
The thing I haven't been able to find a good resource for to figure out, and it's got me thinking I need to take one of my transformers apart, is a ratcheting 3D printable joint that won't wear out after a few hundred turns and be floppy.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Because I created one.
You printed in ABS.
I created one and it worked.
Yeah, but it won't last that long.
But then after you turned it a few hundred times, it had lost so much of the rigidity that it had become floppy, and then it was
that's material more than design, though.
Right. But what I'm saying is there's got to be a way to engineer it so that doesn't happen.
Or make the spring replaceable somehow. Real easy replacement. I'm assuming you got some kind of springy lever.
What I had was the actual, at each corner was it could flex because it was thin enough to flex. And so when you put pressure on it, it would flex down and pop to the next spot.
That's your
but after a while, that got weak.
Yeah, you were printing it out of PLA, right? Or PTG, which PLA has strength and some flex. The one big problem with PLA is when it does flex, it remembers its flex. It has memory.
Well, and it also will also wear on connection surfaces that
you know it would work. You should try. I don't know if you could print it because you'd have to have a. You get polycarbonate would probably do it. That stuff is awesome, but you gotta, it's like printing nylon. It's a freaking nightmare.
Right. Yeah, nylon might work better too.
Yeah, nylon might work. I think the polycarbonate would work better, and PC with additives like Snowlab's PC Plus. They put additives in it to make it. It's not quite as strong as regular polycarbonate, but it's a hell of a lot easier to print.
And it's not cheap, but isn't probably about the cheapest machine that's set up to go with nylon from out of the box, the Pulse?
I don't know. I wouldn't buy the Pulse. It's just a fancy. You better off buying a freaking Prusa and modding it to do anything.
Right, because it's the Pulse is
cheaper
basically a Prusa clone.
The Pulse is just.
And what's the one set up to print nylon's like what, 1,700?
I don't know. You could probably buy an Ultimaker or something which would spit out nylon, no problem, for cheaper. Get a used Ultimaker or something. Problem with nylon isn't so much the printer is keeping everything dry.
Yeah.
Keeping it somewhat enclosed.
Well, that text I got a minute ago was asking me to start a load of laundry, so I'll be right back.
Wife said laundry, and you will do it.
Well, it's not even our laundry. It's my stepdaughter's laundry.
Yeah. Been there, done
They don't have a washer or dryer yet, and so they bring it over here once a week. And we do it for them.
Aren't you nice?
Yeah.
Suckers!
Well, when we move, I'm planning on buying a new washer and dryer and giving them the one we have.
Then you don't have to do their laundry no more. So that was always smart. I said, you can do the laundry here, but you're running it your damn selves. You're washing it and you're hanging it out on a line.
Yeah, we'd rather
throwing it in the dryer.
We'd rather not have her hanging around the house all day.
Oh, there is that. Oh, we used
all day
to
once a week. Her no.
My neighbor's washer went out, and
all right, I'll be right
we
back.
used to let him wash it, but we'd make him take it home and dry it. What's up, Andrew?
Besides, you got Andrew here to talk to now. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I was in the bath. I was chilling.
That's really information you didn't need to share.
Well, do you have a bath though, or do you have a shower? It's the biggest debate in the world. Which one do you prefer?
Both.
Yeah, I have both, but I have a nice bath.
The thing about taking a bath, I love, when I was younger, I'd do it now if I had one. I don't have a bathtub I can crawl into anymore. But I used to love, I would sit up and like make a bath and just sit in it for hours and just have like the hot water just trickling in it real slow so it didn't get cold. And freaking sit there and like read a book and drink a beer and just sit there like it's a hot tub.
Yeah, that's what I do, but I put basically like my phone in the corner and just watch things on YouTube. Like I was watching you in the bath, so I was like, all right, okay.
YouTube when I was doing it. That's before YouTube and cell phone. I mean, I should say YouTube was around, but it wasn't. You couldn't watch it in the bath unless you brought like a whole computer in there with you. But yeah, I used to love it. The only thing about that is when I get done with a bath, I want to like rinse off in a shower. You're sitting there soaking in your own slime.
Yeah, kinda.
No kindness. You are.
Yeah, I know. But I like it because I sometimes fall asleep in the bath. So I like it when I can just just because I can't sleep. Like technically this morning I went to sleep at 9 o'clock. So I got up at 2.
It soaks into all the little crooks and crannies you normally can't get to. I used to love I used to like hot tubs other than everyone sets them so freaking hot that you're not getting clean because you're sweating faster and it's cleaning you. They're just nasty. I mean, that you really are soaking in your own filth.
Yeah, rubber band powered planes, they do work. I've still got the design stuck up in my noggin because I tested them for 3 years because the old group, 3D printing group that I used to go to, there was a guy who was a pilot for really loads of years. And I did engineering for 3 years, but I wanted to go and work for BAE, British Airways. So I started doing all the aircraft design, how torque from propellers, push props, angles and twists on props, introduced different wakes. So I spent a couple of months designing little throwable propellered airplanes that were 3D printed.
Really?
And yeah,
and break when they hit the ground at the end of the flight.
No, some of them did, but that's because the prop that you have to make for it is half the diameter of the wingspan. So they're pretty big. They're about that big, the propellers on them.
So the minute the propeller hit the ground, it broke apart.
No. Because this is why I said you have to use a split pin. Because what you do is you have 2 split pins on either side through the hole, and you have the rubber band in the center. And when you put the rubber band through, one split pin has it so that the hole is there, and then you spin it, you sply it round the back of the plastic, and then you melt it in. You can put hot glue. I usually just get a lighter and melt it into it, and then that one's solid. So you pull the rubber band through, connect it onto the opposite side of the split pin. What you curve the 2 ends round the rubber band, and then you figure of 8 the rubber band round it. And then when you're winding it, you pull the band out with the propeller and you wind it. So if it does come in too sharp and it comes and hits the ground, the actual split pin bends with it. So the rubber band doesn't just snap, it pulls it out so that it comes out. Don't get me wrong, a few times they did snap, but that was because they were going straight out. But
I wonder if just print the blade out of TPU if there's enough rigidity in TPU, especially the stiffer ones. So if it hit the ground, it wouldn't break, but it's stiff enough to actually work as a prop.
It's not ASA. What's the other one? There is a really good, it's semi-flexible filament, but it's not flexible in the sense.
Polycarbonates.
No, it's not polycarbonate. It doesn't need to go that hard. You can print it on a standard 3D printer. I'm trying to remember what it's called now.
Like the Ninja Flex Cheetah?
No. It's what's his name?
That's their harder, but flexible.
RC Lifon, he makes a quadcopter out of it, and he flies it into a tree and it survives. But you can print on a standard machine. You don't need to, because nylon, you're going to need something that's going to go really, really hot.
Right.
Where this was just a standard CR10. Printed it on that.
Flexible PLA?
I'll have a look, but PLA does work, but if the props hit the ground too hard, they do snap off. But you can print through them. It's easy enough just to change out props. But
I gotta find somebody that really worked with flexible PLA. Actually, freaking Never Let the Machine Twin said he used to work with flexible PLA. I think I'm gonna find
I think I've got some Ninja Flex in there, actually. I've got quite a lot of different filaments in there that I haven't tried yet from Filamentum. Let's have a look. Right. Stuff.
Dog.
Oh no.
He was sitting down at my feet and kept looking at me and kept pawing me.
I'm a dog.
He was saying, pay attention to me.
Polymaker Polyflex.
Yeah.
So
really expensive TPU.
PETG, green. I've got blue. I've got red. I've got TPU. I've got PETG. What's this one? Colorfab HT.
How is that flexible, like to regular like TPUs? It's not as flexible. It's more rigid, right? The flexible PLA.
Yeah, the rigid stuff is the stuff that you kind of use for things that you want to keep its shape until it hits something. So like phone cases and stuff like that is really good for, because if you drop your phone, it has to have some sort of bounce to it that needs to be solid enough that it's going to protect the phone.
TPU is actually pretty rigid if you print it with enough infill. enough shells to fill, and yet it still has impact resistance.
Well, have you ever tried super
rubber? No, it's more. I don't know how to. Like, you can't really print flexible tires for cars that have TPU. I've tried it. They're just freaking terrible. It doesn't flex properly. It flexes. I don't know how to describe it. It's just wrong. It doesn't grip. What's up, Danny boy? Oh, Daddy boy.
Daddy boy.
I think I got my little TPU tires here. TPU tires. But they don't. I don't know how to describe it. They don't grip. They don't flex the same.
So, like Ricky, do you have the dimensions of what you're building off of, basically?
I just started this morning, so I don't really have any dimensions of anything.
Okay.
Roughing it out.
The
idea to even try it came to me yesterday right before I left for work, and I went,
It's easy enough. I've made quite a few of these. So.
All right, let me down over there.
Just trying to remember the thickness of this.
Lay on my feet. That's fine too.
It was fun printing these, like 20 hours. But they don't work very well. They just don't flex like rubber. I even tried different tread patterns. Different thicknesses, different wall thicknesses. They came out pretty cool looking though, huh? For a TPU.
Yeah. Is there infill?
Very little. No. Just a shell. Because you put foam inside these.
Okay.
You put like closest thing I can think of is, when you buy like an air conditioner, the window air conditioner, they give you that foam strip to fill your window in.
Yeah.
Very similar to that.
Like that, but a donut.
But rubber flexes so much differently. It when you flex it, like you put your finger into it, rubber kind of wraps around your finger, where TPU just kind of bows out of the way. It's the only way to describe it. At least what I found. I'm sure there's something I could do in the design. Some super engineer person could probably figure out a better way to do it.
In shore hardness and.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's the way it's because of the layering. The flex is weaker. It flexes easier with the layer, but not against the layer.
Right.
So it flexes in a dome, not in a dome, but in a crevice, I guess, when it flexes. When you poke your finger into it, you get more. The flex is stretched out with the grain, if that makes sense. It doesn't just do a round hole. You get like an eye shape.
I just took a measurement. I'm going to have to adjust the size of it anyway.
I'll be right back.
Presently, the wing would be 405 millimeters wide.
405. Okay.
Which would be wider than what my
yeah, that's actually quite long. Yeah. Should go for 250 or 300 if your printer goes that big.
My printer goes 400 by 400.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a little bit too wide right now.
Because if I know that, then I can work out a boom, was basically just the actual engine itself.
And then the length.
On top of it.
me get the length for you here. Presently. Segment versus segment. There it is. Segment. The current length of the center of the body is 151. So if I scale everything down just a hair, let me scale it down.
All right. So I actually guessed pretty right because I've done this at 100.
Let me scale it so that it won't be too big for my printer and see where that gets us. We'll go down to half of it being 195. There we go. So 195 times 2 is 390. And then, so 390 width and 140.14 length. Printer on the diagonal. That's a good question. Yeah, I'm sure it would fit diagonally, but that's bigger than I want it to be anyway. So,
Flex PLA. Here, I'm going to actually show you guys what the hell I'm doing. Paramount 3D Flexible PLA. I can get an iron red, which I love the iron red, but I don't really want it for my room. Military green, I'm looking at this for the flexible PLA. The British racing green.
Diagonally, the S4 is 580 millimeters from corner to corner.
I wonder if that's enough.
Oh, I was going to say, as soon as I sat down, I was like, I recognize that website. That's Paramount 3D.
Yes, it is. That's Flex PLA.
They liked the posts I tagged them in.
Oh, I can't even get a full roll right now.
Yeah, their stock has been
Everybody is up and down. Yeah, I know. They can't keep it in stock fast enough.
Uh-oh. Sorry, Joe.
If I just got 2 samples, if that would be enough, 50 feet.
Because the frame and the axles on this are the graphite gray PLA from Paramount 3D.
I love their filament.
Well, me too.
It's actually probably my favorite filament of all time, and not because their filament's that great, which it is. Their filament is freaking
Their filament's
awesome.
really good, but their color selection,
Yeah, their color selection is just freaking amazing.
Nobody else has the colors they have. And it's funny because it's like that's what it seems to be that's what they set out to do because they don't have a lot of common colors.
Yeah, that's
right. Most of the colors they have are strange, unusual colors.
Yeah, that's what I love about them, man. And they got like all kinds of different materials, and I mean they're all their colors are through all the ranges of their materials.
I really, really want some Decepticon purple.
Decepticon purple.
Yes.
I wish they had more flex colors, but I love their reds. The Hannibal red and
there's Decepticon purple right there.
Yeah, that's pretty nice looking stuff. I got some of the black cherry. That stuff's gorgeous.
Yeah, I really want the Decepticon purple.
It is a nice purple. Kind
so
of a
the plan is to print the wing as one continuous part, and then to have a separate part that the figure mounts to, that mounts to the wing, and then the drive element to be a separate part. And the reason I was thinking of doing it that way is you could then, if you needed some iteration on just the drive part, you could do that. You need to iterate just the part that the figure attaches to, you could do that. If I decide to scrap the whole prop thing completely, then I could put something else up there decorative, and it's not a functional glider anymore, but at least it's still, I mean, G.I. Joe has plenty of non-functional gliders in their repertoire as well. So I was planning for it to be able to modify it into something that's still useful, even if it's not usable. For some reason, the hex peg on that came out thinner than it was supposed to.
Yeah, I actually.
The rest of the gun looks okay. The hex peg just came out thin, and so now it doesn't. The gun falls out easy.
I originally bought these for thinking I'd buy I'd do some kind of 3D printed rubber band powered something with these massive rubber bands. I originally thought I'd do like a slingshot one, where you shoot the airplane.
One of the best rubber bands I ever had in my life was the drive belt out of a VCR.
Yeah. Those are good. These things are massive.
You could put it under an extreme amount of tension, and it would not break. Me and my friends, when we were like 12, 13 years old, we used to have Paperclip Wars, which it's amazing none of us ever lost an eye.
Yeah.
You take a paperclip and you fold it in half, and it leaves the two little prongs sticking out, and also makes it perfect to hook onto a rubber band and shoot it.
And it'll actually stick into your skin too if you get hit.
Yes, it will. Yeah, yes, it will.
Jab into you, go mother.
Yeah, you'll have a paper.
Pull it out yourself. Yep. Been there, done that.
You're like, ow. Yes, the things you do when you're young and stupid.
We used to do that in school. You'd find them all over the hallway like the last week of freaking school. We'd be running up and down the hallway shooting them things at each other.
And when we
all yelling, mad and yelling at you, you're gonna poke somebody's out.
and when I discovered the old VCR drive belt as the propulsion system, I didn't shoot it at people anymore because I could stick that thing in trees.
Cool.
Whap! And it'd stick in the side of a tree. I'm like, okay, yeah, I probably shouldn't shoot that at people.
I kind of like that penny shooting frickin' crossbow I just downloaded. That thing looks pretty cool. I might have to make one. I might have to redesign it and make it, shoot more bigger, awesome
quarters.
Bigger, more awesome stuff.
What Western was it where the guy loaded his shotgun with coins?
All right.
It's in Resident Evil. She does that.
Well, I want to say it was like one of the Young Guns movies.
Maybe.
Silver dollars.
And he like shot somebody with it, and he's like, "That's the best $1.50 I ever spent," or whatever.
Oh boy, printing away. My brother's coming. We gotta lug air conditioners up the stairs, and I'm really not in the mood. I freaking look at my knees; they're all freaking swollen, and they want to lug air conditioners up here for no apparent reason.
The sunburn I got while getting tires.
Put a freaking fan in the window. I got a fan. Use that.
A couple weeks ago is peeling, so I have skin coming off.
You got one of them tourist sunburns, did you? Forest sunburn.
Well, while sitting outside waiting for them to put tires on my car because COVID, they moved their waiting room outside.
Yeah.
And it took them like 3 hours to put tires on my car.
Which is like a 20-minute job.
Right, but when you're like the 30th person in line.
That's when I said, I'll be back.
Yeah, it was a day that my wife was at work, and so my only option to got out of there would have been to have called like an Uber or Lyft and went somewhere.
Where's Mr. Patreon.com? He's not here.
It's his birthday today. He won't be joining us.
Well, that's what I was going to do, was bust on his ass, but he's not here.
Yeah, he's busy with family, I'm sure, doing birthday stuff. I told him I hope his day is full of family, friends, and cake. Definitely cake.
Yeah, I always do cake day. Gotta do cake day with the Bill Murray stuffing a whole slice of cake in his mouth in one shot. He just folds it in and puts the whole slice in his mouth.
Bill Murray.
That and the one with a little cat from, I don't know, one of those stupid TV shows that the cat's eating freaking cake. Got like cake all over its face. Cake. It's cake day. It's not a birthday, it's a cake day. No more birthdays, just cake days. Oh, crap.
Yeah.
It's cake day. Oh boy.
Yeah, it was Young Guns 2. A guy that was holding Billy the Kid prisoner told him that he put dimes in his shotgun.
Oh. Just get a blunderbuss.
And Billy the Kid gets a hold of his shotgun and shoots him with it and says, "Best $1.80 I ever spent."
That would hurt. That would definitely hurt.
So, yeah. I had to look it up. Stuff like that will like eat at the back of my brain.
Oh,
If
crap.
I don't look it up and find the answer. I was like, I didn't want to spend the rest of my day going, what movie was that? Might distract me from something that, is infinitely more fun than worrying about what Western it was that came from. What is it about when you have a sunburn peeling that you can't leave it alone?
I think that's just devil's advocate,
I'm like, I keep sitting here rolling back more of the peeling skin and can't leave it alone.
Yeah, it happens.
It'll go away on its own if you just leave it alone. But
I got to find a way to put quiet fans on that thing. Them fans are freaking loud. And
it'll
they're
go way faster.
quiet 24-volt fans.
I don't know. I don't have any 24-volt printers.
Oh, I thought you had an Ender or something.
Nope. I have a TiVo Tornado, which
It should be 24-volt. Or is that one of the older 12?
No, it's got the AC heat bed on it.
Well, Yeah, but that doesn't matter for fans.
But the rest of the system is 12 volt. I've got a ANET A8.
Yeah, that's
CR10S4 12 volt, and
the CR10s are all. That must be an older one then, because everything Creality is 24 volt now.
not back then it wasn't.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's one of the older ones.
Yeah. And then the Trunks EX1, which I don't even. I guess the Trunks EX1 is 12 volt. Yeah.
Why does
Or wait,
Trunk just sound like
not.
a swear word?
Let me see.
Trunksy sounds like a swear word.
What's the power brick say?
It's love. I only went 24 volt on that. I got the power supply cheap.
12 volt 5 amp.
Tanner, is it a pusher or a puller prop that you need? Is it forward facing or backward facing?
The plan is to put the prop in the back.
Pusher. Okay.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember what angles, because one cuts through the air, what means it pulls air through, and one pushes the air, so it's in the opposite direction. So it
Right.
pushes
The plan is to have the prop in the back pushing.
Yep. So it's a pusher prop. Okay.
Pusher prop.
Right. Pusher prop. So push needs to be cut. Yeah.
I wonder if you could do a 3D printed freaking duck fan. Make that rubber band powered. I wonder if you can get enough spin on it. The duck fan needs higher RPMs.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to modify that hex peg to be bigger.
Yeah, I like the guy who saw that this morning. The first thing I saw was the gun sticking off the front of that thing. I was like, that's awesome.
It's gotten some really positive
I think that thing looks cool.
response.
I think it looks cool.
And it all prints with very minimal support. The part with the most support is the canopy, obviously. Because there's really no way to print that without quite a bit of support.
Grumpy dude and TPU.
And then the steering wheel has a fair amount of support too, but the steering wheel is this big, so it really doesn't matter. I'm liking my new approach to canopy hinges, though. If you can see that.
Not really, but
Where there's just the two slots that allow you a little bit of squeeze, a little bit of flex, and then just putting like half spheres on each side of the canopy that go into half sphere openings on each side of the body there. Because the way I was doing canopy hinges before required a whole nother part to be printed.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it works, but it was adding more difficulty in assembly.
Just adding more stuff.
Right. So this seems to be plenty reliable, easier to design, and functional.
It reminds me of Kyosho's dune buggies. The RC dune buggies.
Reminds you of what? I'm sorry, I missed that.
The Kyosho RC dune buggies.
Huh.
They did a range of like these. You got the 1/12 scale and you got the 1/10 scale dune buggies by Kyosho, and they're really, really old. Actually, I might still have one. Give me a second.
I did gloop the fenders to it because they mount with a single hex, and while they would go on, but also they fell off fairly easy because there's only one hex pin holding them in. So I went ahead and looped them. What else did I loop? Oh, I looped the wing in.
Loop.
Everything else is just simply press fit together with like the hex peg connectors. So I could take this thing all the way back apart again.
Cool.
With the exception of the fenders.
Okay, I don't have the actual Dune buggy one. I've got the other company that made them. It was Thundershot, they were called. And
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that.
this is an original 19, I think it's a 1980s RC car. So it's really, really old. I mean, it hasn't even got servos in it. Oh no, this one has got servos in it. Where's the other one then? But you can tell it's old because it's got the old,
Yeah.
old plastic driver.
All right, I gotta go, guys. My brother's here.
Okay.
All right, Tom.
Yeah, no, I'll finish off that engine.
Later, guys.
Many times.
Later, Tom.
All right.
He'll be back in 10 minutes.
Nope. Been on here for an hour and a half, so. See you.
I see the sense of humor runs in the family.
Yeah.